Hello, this is Dan Alford with ARC Specialties, and you're listening to Dan's Cadre of Experts. But today on the podcast, I don't have any guests. Instead, I'm going to be talking about the people that are my role models in life and leadership. Most of them I've never met, I've just read about them. One of them's a dear friend. Leadership is both underrated as a skill and misrepresented as a reward rather than an acquired aptitude. There are multitudes of books, classes, and articles on leadership that often impart the perception that leadership does not require expertise or accomplishment in a field or job, or a proven ability to lead. These books are frequently written by people who have accomplished little and never led. This genre often promotes leadership without the qualities of proven experience and ability, and is thus misleading and easily discounted. There are two problems with the perception of leadership in America today. First, people tend to think of leadership positions as a perk rather than a calling. Then if you promote people into leadership positions as a reward, this causes people to strive for leadership positions for which they're unprepared and unqualified. The problem extends beyond business and social institutions. The political class in America is making scientific, military, technical, economic, even medical decisions with little or no knowledge of these fields. Leaders are called upon to make decisions that have significant consequences in their respective fields. These consequences may be financial, technical, or life and death. Just calling yourself a leader does not accomplish anything. The only way for a leader to make an informed decision is to be highly knowledgeable in the field itself. Subject matter expertise is critical to ensure that relevant information is gathered, interpreted, evaluated, and acted upon in a decision-making process. Leaders must be able to recognize talent in personnel and create teams and roles, so you can surround yourself with experts that guide you. I've discovered the best information on leadership resides in historical and biographical books. My role models, without exception, are people that are experts in their field first and leaders in their field second. To learn more about leadership, I advise you to read books about people who will show you how to lead by example rather than tell you how to lead without any real experience. The following are leaders that I have learned from in chronological order. Oppenheimer was a top physicist who led the Manhattan Project to create the atomic bomb and end the war with Japan. He had to do so by leading a group of technicians and scientists under secrecy and pressure of wartime events. Kelly Johnson was the engineer who ran Skunk Works for Lockheed, where he created some of the most impressive aircraft ever flown, and in the process he led hundreds of engineers and craftsmen. Admiral Rickover was the engineer who created the nuclear navy and led it for many years. His success led to the peaceful use of nuclear energy and may ultimately be our power source for the world. He was a leader in both military and industrial segments. Bill Cutson was a brilliant engineer who took Chevrolet from near bankruptcy to success and then led the effort to mobilize U.S. industry in World War II. R.G. Letourneau created a company that revolutionized earth-moving equipment, drill rigs, factories, and he also founded a college right here in Texas. Paul Howe was a special forces warrior who led men in battle and now leads men in business. It was Paul's writing on leadership that inspired me to investigate more about the subject. In every case, these men were working in their field of expertise on immense problems, too big for any individual. Leadership is a force multiplier. These leaders were not driven by a job description. Instead, they're driven by an intense goal-oriented work ethic, supported by knowledge, expertise, and the ability to infuse their teams with the drive to succeed in their chosen endeavor. The books about or by all of the leaders I've mentioned are my resources for leadership guidance. There are many other leaders in all walks of life, both men and women. I encourage you to read their stories of leadership instead of the how-to books that are so popular today. These chosen leaders will be making scientific, military, technical, economic, even medical decisions, and you need to be sure that they're knowledgeable in their fields. Choose carefully. I will tell you to select a person who is an accomplished expert in that appropriate field, someone who shares your goals and values and who respects the people around them. Together, you will accomplish great things.